sorting out this camera. It's a little bit skew. There we go. Alright. Okay. Hello. I'm just going to give it a minute or two before I start with today's craft, so that we can see if anybody is going to be joining us. So I'll just give it a moment and then we'll get going. So I hope everybody's having a happy Monday so far. Yeah. Okay. You can see I've got my safari gear on because that's what we will be doing in the craft today. There's a few more people watching. A few more people are joining. That's great. Just give it a little bit more time. Okay. Right, so I think I'm going to start. So, hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Safari. So that's the theme for today's craft. It's another really simple craft that you can do with children of any age. I think that the whole family can probably have quite a bit of fun with this. It turns into a bit of a game. That's the main focus really of the craft. The craft itself is very simple, probably been done actually at schools or at home, I think. But we've just had so much fun doing it that I thought it's definitely worth a share. So today we're going to be making some binoculars, and then we're going to be making some paper plate animals. And after that, I'll let you know about the little game that you can actually spend time playing with it, which can offer hours of entertainment, hopefully. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to make are some binoculars, all right? And what you need is 2 toilet rolls, and you need a stapler, you need a punch and a ribbon. And then obviously, if you're going to decorate it, which I'm not going to do right now, you would be able to do that. I'll show you some ready-made ones. But literally, I found it easier. If you have a punch, great. If you don't have a punch, then you don't need to use a punch. You can just make a hole. But it would be advisable to make the hole first. You see, sometimes you don't actually get it all the way in. You've got to really push it down and then get the loo roll out, and then you've got a nice little hole in there. And I'll do it on the other side as well. I'm going to push the loo roll right deep into the punch, and then I've got 2 holes in it. And so I make sure that my loo rolls are standing up, upright, and I hold them together. And then I just literally put 1 staple on that side and 1 staple on this side. If you don't have a stapler, you can use sellotape. I've got a piece of ribbon here. If you don't have ribbon, you can use wool, you can use string. You can make it really basically and just tie a little knot in it on either side, and you stick the ribbon through the hole, and look at that. Suddenly we've got some binoculars and we can go on a game drive. So I will show you 2 different pairs of binoculars that I've got. I've got one here that I made, and you can see that it has been decorated. I've used some ribbon for this to make it a little bit prettier, I suppose. I used ribbon on the one I just made as well. I actually use scrapbook paper. You can paint, you can use stickers, you can do what you like, but I thought it would be nice to move away a little bit from paint to show you what you can do without using paint. So they can actually be plain, totally. You can draw on them. You can put newspaper over them. So I've used some scrapbook paper. I used some gold washi tape over here. I thought it would make them look quite sparkly. And then I decorated them like that. And then we've got our binoculars. These are ones that Joshie did. They've been painted and stickers have been put on them. You can see they've also been used. They're a little bit squashed, but I mean, they're actually quite hardy, these little binos. They can actually last quite a long time. And his has just got wool on it. Okay, so that's the first part of today's activity, the binoculars. I also did think that if you wanted to, so if you have these ones, you could also make like a telescope if you wanted. I mean, that couldn't be simpler. So we've got some paper plate animals, and what you're really going to need is literally just some paper plates. Okay, you're going to choose the paper plate that you want. You're going to take a pencil or look for a picture, and you can draw your animal onto the plate with the eyes. You can draw the nose, and you can decorate it. If you are going to paint your paper plate, it's advisable to decide what animal you're going to do, whether you want to use the plate with the rounded edge in the front or whether you want to use it upside down. The paint, it's actually a little bit smoother sometimes to paint onto this side, but it's totally up to you. If you are going to be, I made a lion over here and I stuck on some goggly eyes. Obviously, if you don't have those, then you just draw them on. You can see I've drawn on quite a few. I'll show you some other options. I also used buttons, which was quite sweet, I thought. For the lion's mane, I've actually cut the paper plate, and I can just demonstrate that. You can do it quite quickly, or you can take a while, and you make the mane like this. I actually cut out the middle ones, every alternate one. I tried to make them a bit thinner. I didn't do it on this one. And then you've got space in the mane, which is quite helpful. It does also tend to look a little bit like a sun, but when you paint it a different color, it works. I got out some little ears to stick on, and there is your lion. It can also be a mask, which I did think would be quite fun as well. So I did a lion. I did a giraffe. This is not a giraffe. I did a zebra. I did do a giraffe. I'll show you just now. This one has got eyes drawn on just with a permanent marker. This one was quite simple because it was literally just black, and I kept the paper plate as the white color, and so I didn't even have to have white paint. Stuck it on, and I made his little mane at the top here out of some pipe cleaners. And then I've got a beautiful looking pink elephant. He's got some green buttons here as his eyes, and so there is a lovely Ellie. I've got a giraffe here where I've also used some buttons, and then I drew around it to give his eyes. And then over here I've used some popsicle sticks just to make the horns of the giraffe, and stuck his little ears on. I've got a leopard. Okay, obviously because we're going on safari, we want to make sure that we've got all our wild animals in check. So I made those. Those are just examples, obviously. You can go for the buffalo, you can go for the rhino, you can go for the domestic animals, you can do little cats, you can do dogs, you can do anything you like. You can make a bird. Totally up to you and your creativity. What I do want to tell you is that I then set these up in the garden, in the bushes, onto a wall, and then my boys could come with their binoculars, and they had to go and search for the animals in the bushes, and then they could say, oh, I found that, I found this, and they spent hours. The other idea that I thought would be quite nice is you could set up some chairs, and you could pretend to do a bit of a game drive and look for all the animals that you can find in the trees or in the bushes or on the floor. They can hide them and then go and find them, so it can kind of be manipulated into many ways in order to get yourself a game and maybe to buy the parents a little bit of time to themselves. What I wanted to quickly show you was how to make a little Easter bunny. Okay, again, you can definitely decorate this and make it look a lot more exciting, or you can just use this plain paper plate like I've done here and make a beautiful little bunny for Easter on the weekend, because we know that we can't all pop out to the shop and go and get all these sorts of things. So I've basically used two paper plates. The one is going to be the bunny's head. The other one I would just quickly draw ears on. Okay, you can go whatever shape you like, and then I would cut it out. Okay, so I'll just quickly cut them. Bunny ears. once you've cut your bunny ears out, you can actually take some good old Prit and stick them on. And stick it on over here again. Alright, if you've got, well, that didn't actually stick as well as I hoped. Okay. You can decorate it with some pink in the ears if you want to, okay? My phone is falling over, so I'm ducking down a little bit on this Facebook feed, so sorry, I'm cutting my head off. But here's a little bunny. You could probably turn it around this way as well. If I made it a bit lower, it might look a bit like a kitty. But here's my bunny ears. And then if you've got some cotton wool and like a little pink pom-pom and a permanent marker, you can draw some nice big eyes for your bunny and colour them in. I'm just going to do this in black so you can see. And I take a bit of glue and I put it down for its nose. Oh, it's coming out. Okay, putting the glue on, and then I put the pink nose on. Oh, hi Joshy, how are you? He did join me. He said no thanks, I don't want to come today, and he's here. Can you say hello please? Hello everyone. Hey, what have you been doing?
Watching you on TV.
Watching me on TV. Sure. Okay, now what have we got here, boy? What is this?
Bunny.
Is it the Easter Bunny?
Yes.
When does the Easter Bunny come?
In Easter. And I made an Easter carrot for him so he can see whose house to go to. My friends also made those.
So Joshy at his school called Headway, he made a little carrot and all
now
of them,
buzzing bees.
they can hang it, so maybe Mrs. Maid is watching. Do you want to say hello to her?
Hello, Mrs. Nader.
And they're going to hang their carrot, which they actually also made out of cardboard, on the door, so the Easter Bunny knows where to find them, which is very, very exciting. But that is the bunny. Very simple. As you can see, you don't need to be the greatest artist to do these little art jobs. Here is a slightly better looking one, but also again super simple. That is the goal anyway. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's craft. Nikki's going to be back on Wednesday with another, I think, Easter inspired craft, but we'll get a how-to to come up there tomorrow, or what you're going to need. And then on Friday we might be doing something slightly different. Well, we are doing something slightly different. We're actually going to be crafting on the live stream of the Splashy Fen lockdown special, so we won't be at our usual time. It will probably be in the morning.